Hey, this is Danny from Scare Talk. Before we get into all the horror greatness, I gotta let you know about Anchor. Anchor is the host site that we use to record our podcast. Anchor will upload your podcast to Apple and Spotify and many other listening platforms. Anchor is completely free, and you can download the app or go to the website, anchor.fm, and you can record straight on there. There's also some cool editing tools that you can use. Did I mention that it's free? Yeah, so if you want to make a podcast, Anchor is the way to go. Go check it out. Now, for the spooky stuff.
Welcome to Scare Talk, a horror movie podcast for horror fans. This podcast will cover horror movie reviews, ratings, and rankings. Now for your hosts, Danny and Joel.
All right, this is Scare Talk. And I am Danny, and I'm sitting here with the Joel.
Hey guys, what's up?
Today we are going to talk about the next film in the Halloween series, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers from 1989. Before we jump into that, we're going to try a new little segment called Get to Know Joel. This is where I put Joel in the hot seat.
Yep. Can't wait for this.
I'm going to ask him one question.
Oh, one question. Okay.
Just one question.
Okay.
Yeah. And Joel will do this. He'll ask me a question at a later date. And so, Joel, your question for the day.
Okay.
What is your first memory?
My first memory?
What's the first thing you remember about Joel?
Oh, man. So everyone knows I didn't get this question ahead of time. So
not rehearsed.
No, this is not rehearsed. I had no clue what's going to happen here. My first memory, I don't know if it's a first, but it's the first one that comes to mind.
Okay.
Because I don't remember a lot of like my early years. Like I don't remember really anything about years. Obviously, like 1 to like maybe 4 or 5 even. Right. But I do remember. I think I was like 6 or something like that, and I was
a little 6-year-old Joel.
Yeah. I was at school, and there was this like wooden tree house, not tree house, but like wooden like house cottage thing that kids used to go into. And,
okay, like part of the playground or something.
Yeah, it was part of the playground.
Okay,
and there was a step that you I don't know what the step was for. It was just a step inside this little house, and so I went up the step, and for some reason I fell. I don't even know how it happened, but I fell on my ear.
Oh,
and
man.
I had to get like 4 stitches.
Oh, wow.
So it's not a very happy memory, but I think those are the ones that you remember the most. Yeah. The ones that
so your ear was like cut open. So
yeah. I don't know how it happened. I must have like fallen directly onto the side of my
Maybe
head to do something
on
like
a
that.
Knife.
Could have definitely fallen on a knife. Only got 4 stitches in my ear because of it.
Oh man!
But yeah, okay. So that is definitely.
Do you
a memory.
Have a scar?
I don't think I have one. I mean, it's been over 20 years, so it probably. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never seen the scar before, but I can't really see my earlobe.
All right. Well, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's a new fact about Joel.
Yeah.
Very interesting. All right. Let's get into Halloween 5. That's what we're here for.
So, what they all signed up for.
All right. So, who's in this one?
All right, so this one we have Donald Pleasance again, reprising his role as Dr. Loomis, as everybody knows. Okay, so Donald Pleasance, he was in Escape from New York, the greatest story ever told.
Okay.
Like Bible story.
We haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah, we haven't heard that one yet.
Is that a new one?
It's only, 50, 60 years old. And The Great Escape.
Oh, okay.
And we also have Danielle Harris, and she was in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Free Willy.
Okay.
And
she was in Free Willy?
Yeah, she was.
She was like Jamie Lloyd in Free Willy. Isn't she pretty young?
Yeah,
I would imagine.
she was pretty young in that one, yeah. And Urban Legends.
Oh. I didn't know she was in that.
She was only in it for a little bit. She was the main character's like roommate who ends up getting killed. Like her, and you see Robert Englund was in it, and also Brad Dourif, like the three.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to watch that again.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Aren't you glad he didn't turn on the lights or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was her.
Okay.
And, and for the writers, we have Michael Jacobs, who didn't do anything besides this movie. There is a pattern there with some of these writers for these movies. And Dominique Othenin-Girard,
okay,
who wrote a movie called After Darkness in 1985.
All right.
And then Shem Bitterman. And he wrote The Job, which was like 10 plus years ago at this point now.
Okay.
And Time to Come Home for Christmas, which is pretty much just a Hallmark Christmas movie from 2018.
All right.
And for the director, we've got Dominique Othenin-Girard. So she was the writer and the director of this movie. And she directed After Darkness and Omen 4: The Awakening.
Oh, man.
The greatest Omen movie ever made.
Okay, so this one is 1 year after the events of Halloween 4. The Shape returns to Haddonfield once again in an attempt to kill his now mute niece, Jamie Lloyd.
Oh, man.
All right, so let's just jump right into some positives and negatives. Joel, what is a positive for this one? Do you have any? I see you shaking your head a little bit.
I was shaking my head a little bit when you said mute, Jamie. I'll get into that at some point in the future. I liked some of the kill scenes.
Okay.
He's gotten to a point where it doesn't feel like the butcher knife is like his weapon of choice anymore.
He just
like
uses anything.
That was
now.
Halloween 1 and 2. Like it's not even his signature weapon anymore. He'll just use he used the pitchfork at one point.
Yeah, that one was cool.
Yeah.
I like that one.
So I liked some of the kill scenes in it, and the score a little bit. It was definitely different from the original one.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think they're all slightly different.
Yeah.
But this one had kind of a definite like 80s. It was a lot faster. Not a lot, but it was definitely faster than normal.
Yeah.
The score was. And so I kind of liked that little. I don't usually like this when they change up the scores, but I did for some reason in this one.
Okay.
I don't know why, but it just kind of sounded better. I'm trying to think because honestly, this was not my favorite Halloween movie.
Okay.
So yeah, the kill scenes, some of them were pretty good, and some of the acting was decent. Again, that's going to be a neutral for me.
Yeah.
I really don't have a whole lot of positives for this one.
Okay. All right.
This one's not, it's not one of my favorites.
Okay. All right. Okay, so for me, I felt like this one was kind of fun. Like, it didn't take itself seriously.
Yeah.
It was cheesy, but purposefully cheesy. You know, there's one scene with the cops, and like there's like clown music or something that plays.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
they're like walking, and they're just like these two like goofy cops, and like I don't know if it's like clown music or what. There's like these little sound effects when the cops are around. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, they're throwing, and this is the age of, you know, Friday the 13th had so many movies at this point.
Yeah.
And they were all cheesier and cheesier and cheesier. Each
People
one
were still watching them. So
Yeah.
like, no, maybe there's something to that.
Yeah, so let's throw some of that in there.
Yeah.
And so I thought it wasn't bad to me. The movie still felt like a Halloween movie to me. That didn't take away from the Halloween feel.
Yeah.
But it was entertaining. And I know a lot of people hate this movie because of some of those things. But I feel like I was entertained. Even some of the characters and the acting, I feel like, yeah, you know, it's not good acting, but I feel like it's over the top on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, some of these characters are just like, what?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, the one dude, you know, they're in, like, the barn. And this is that scene you were talking about with the pitchfork.
Yeah.
The guy that's in that scene, like, he is just a lunatic.
Yeah.
He's just so weird. Just so, like, what on earth is up with this guy? And I feel like it's, like, purposeful. Like, you know, they did it for entertainment value. And
But that's not what Halloween is.
I know.
You go back to like Halloween 1, it's
I
a
know.
totally different feel.
I know. And for some reason, it doesn't bother me that much. I don't know why. Because it should. Like, this is my favorite franchise, and this movie kind of ruins the tone of the whole franchise. But for some reason, it doesn't bother me. I find that I have fun when I watch this one.
Loomis's line, I think it was in this one, when he says, Michael isn't human, he's evil with 2 legs. I was like, what? I was like, really? That was in the script?
Yeah. He does say that.
Oh, man. It was Loomis being the drama queen all over again.
You see, he's really weird in this one, too.
Yeah, he is.
He's like very aggressive.
Yeah.
With Jamie for some reason.
Yeah. It's like shaking her at one point. It's like, dude, she's traumatized. Why don't you lay off a little bit?
And he's like getting in her face and stuff.
Yeah, dude. She's 10 years old. Come on.
Oh, man. Okay. There's not really anything positive about this movie, to be honest, but I find it to be entertaining and fun to watch. Like, it's not bad to the point where I'm not going to watch it. Like, I will probably watch this movie every year for Halloween.
I mean, I would when I'm watching the entire series. I'm not going to ever skip over any of them.
Yeah.
Even one in particular. But yeah, so I wouldn't just watch this one.
I would. Really? I would watch this
I wouldn't
one.
just watch this one.
I actually
would
did,
have to,
like, months ago. A few months ago, I just randomly put this one on.
Let's watch Halloween 5. I don't think I've ever said that just for, like, as a 5th movie in any series.
Yeah.
Like, by the 5th one, it's usually pretty much done.
Yeah. Guys, today I just feel like watching Saw 5.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't just happen.
No.
But yeah, for some reason I watch Halloween 5 just randomly. It's weird. Definitely in the minority when it comes to that. All the rankings and like reviews that I've seen, it's lowest. Like so much bashing on this movie.
Yeah.
And I do have some negatives. So
well, that's good.
Let's
not your favorite Halloween movie.
No. Let's go to the negatives.
All right.
What do you got?
My biggest one, I actually have 2.
Okay.
I should probably have more. I'll probably think of them as they come. But my biggest one, honestly, is Jamie.
Okay.
I feel like they kind of threw her character away after 4.
Mm-hmm.
Making her go mute the entire movie was
Yeah.
kind of... She still did a really good acting job, even as a mute.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
She was really believable.
Yeah, she was. But I don't like the direction they went with that.
Yeah.
It would have been cool if they had kept going with her as, being a little crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they didn't do that with this one. Instead, they just decided, no, she was not going to talk anymore. Okay. Until the very end of the movie.
So, while I like the end of the 4th one, where do they go after that? Because if you try to go with Jamie being, a killer, then you kind of lose Michael.
Yeah.
So I don't know where they would go.
They could have used her as a distraction for Michael.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they could have been working together or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
That would have been a completely different movie altogether than what we got.
And Michael's sidekick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
uncle niece thing though.
Yeah, I don't know where you could go. I mean, I don't know why they went with the whole mute thing. Like that seems like it's kind of out of nowhere and just really random.
It really was. Yeah.
But
it's like she's traumatized from the events of what she's been going through. So I understand something.
Yeah.
Like something could have clicked off in her mind.
Yeah.
But having him go mute was, I mean, I guess any decision they would have made would have seemed like, why did you go with that?
Yeah, yeah.
But
true.
like,
any
she lost her sense of smell. Like what?
That reminds me of Walk Hard.
Yeah. So if you're going with that, then really anything you would have been like, why did you go? Why make that decision?
Yeah.
So I would have been cool with at least some sort of explanation. Yeah. Like even if there was one, which I don't remember if there was or not, it would have been like maybe just like with Lori dying in a car accident, it would have just been in passing or something.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, there it was mentioned that she stabbed her mom, but she didn't kill her.
Mm-hmm.
But that was about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she's in this like children's hospital.
Yeah.
And that's
and all of a sudden she's mute.
Yeah.
And she knows sign language though. That's pretty cool.
And she can write. And
she
she like has like telekinesis or like
she knows when Michael's doing something. She knows when Michael's around somehow.
And when he's like killing somebody.
Yeah.
Like, she kind of starts to like feel it for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my biggest one. Another one for me, because that was really weird though. Too.
Yeah.
Like the whole. But I would understand if that's the direction they were going with the movie.
Yeah.
Because they're related. There's got to be something.
Yeah.
Inside of her that's in him that would make her be like that. So I would understand the telekinesis thing with her if that's the direction they went with, but they didn't.
Yeah.
So just having it in there randomly was weird. But another big one is Rachel.
Oh yeah, she dies pretty quickly.
She died. She's like the first victim, like maybe like the first maybe couple of victims in the movie.
Yeah, I did like her. That whole scene though.
Yeah, the scene itself was pretty cool.
Yeah,
but I liked Rachel. I wanted her to live at least a little bit longer.
Yeah, she was one of the better like leads in the whole series.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was a negative for me. I don't know why they decided to just kill her off so fast. They do that with a lot of their characters, a lot of their main characters. They just decide to just kill them off in the beginning of the movies. Yeah, those are probably my biggest negative. I think the tone is another huge one for me, which is a one that a lot of people will share the similarities with.
Yeah.
If you're going back, if you're comparing 1 to 5, there is a totally different tone difference between the two.
Very, very much so.
Even 2 and 5, like I'm just trying to get it closer to even 4 and 5. Like they just decided to go with a completely different direction altogether.
Yeah.
With the characters, with the tone. It was just the director was just like, I'm doing what I want to do in this one. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of lame,
yeah,
to be honest. But those are probably my biggest negatives that I have. And I mean, there's only 3, but they're pretty significant to me. So
okay,
I don't know. And having Jamie Go Mute probably dropped it a whole letter grade for me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
When we get back to our grading.
Okay. Man, that's like not putting your name on the paper.
Exactly.
You know? Not talking in the movie. Like not putting your name.
From 4 to 5, she's a completely different character. Like, there's so much more they could have done with that character instead of what they did.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really odd choice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have a few things. A couple of things, I'm not going to say they're negatives, and then a couple of them are. So, one, the way Michael survives 4 to 5.
Yeah.
How he, like, goes down this, like, stream.
Yeah. He gets shot, like, 20 times with shotguns.
And he just falls through the hole.
I'm just going to go for a little ride.
He goes down like he's on some water park ride. Like, what? And he ends up with this homeless guy, like, takes him in, and he lives with him for a year.
Yeah.
This guy, like, nurses him back to health or something.
Yeah. Oh, man. Like, why?
So weird.
Why would this guy do this?
And then, you know, it's getting close to Halloween, so
got my strength
Michael's
back.
gotta get up and get his mask. His mask is like hanging there for him.
Yeah, I know.
Like, they kept his mask for the year. Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
So goofy.
Yeah, it
Just
really was.
so bad.
It was bad.
But I love it. It's so bad that it's good to me. And then he kills the guy who's been taking care of him.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
No, it's not. I got my strength back. You're not needed anymore. You're dead.
Okay, so there's that. So random.
Yeah.
And then there's a scene where the what's her name? Tina? The main actress in this one, I guess. She's Rachel's friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tina.
So she is supposed to be picked up by her boyfriend to go to this party.
This, like, 50s looking stereotype high school.
Yeah. And
Grease looking guy.
He is killed
Yeah.
by Michael. The boyfriend's name is Mike. So, and he had a mask that he was going to wear to a party.
Yeah, he did.
And so Michael Myers, that is, picks up Tina in Mike's car with Mike's mask on.
And he's got his license all of a sudden. That's cool.
I thought that scene was pretty funny. It's pretty funny to see Michael Myers wearing this, like, really weird mask. So was he wearing this mask over his mask?
He must have been. Yeah, he probably was.
And he was, like, just driving around.
It, like, perfectly fits. Like, you don't even see that there's another mask underneath it. That's cool.
He's just driving her around, and she's, like, yelling at him, like, Mike, Mike.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is too funny. Because that's his name.
Yeah.
So I don't know the reason behind that scene. I don't know why that's in there.
They needed
Didn't
to fill
seem
a
really
couple minutes,
necessary.
so.
But, and that's another thing that people just hate about this is no, he does not wear a different mask. Why give him this mask? And it's like such a stupid mask.
Yeah, it is. You guys can chill on that. So.
Oh man. Okay.
He has his same mask. You guys don't have to freak out if he wears someone else's mask for a second.
Okay, so my biggest negative, it's in the same scene. Jamie takes his mask off.
Oh yeah,
and he's like this.
You're like me. Something like that.
He's like this pretty boy.
Yeah,
like he looks like a Ken doll or something. Like what? He's got like blonde hair and blue eyes.
Why do you wear a mask, dude? You should be a model. What are you doing?
It's like, so no. What? That is not what he should look like. I don't think he has a face. In my opinion, my Michael doesn't have a face. His face is
he's faceless.
His mask.
Yeah.
But if he's gonna have a face, that is not the face.
He's gotta have a Jason Voorhees face.
He's gotta have some like sort of crazy looking face.
Yeah.
This guy He looked like Brad Pitt or something. Like, what the heck? And she like looks at him all like sad, and like they have this little connection, you know, for a moment, and it's like, oh gosh, it's so dumb. So that's my negative, I will say.
It's your biggest negative?
Yeah, that's probably my biggest negative throughout the whole series. Is his mask
he should
coming
not
off
have a face.
Yeah.
He should be the faceless man.
Yeah. Okay. So this one
They
was
don't
fun.
take his mask off that often in the series.
No.
So
No.
that's good at least.
Oh man. Okay. Let's get the grade book out. Remember,
That's
this
your
one
only
doesn't.
negative?
Well, I mentioned like the other stuff,
Well, it's like
but
that was just like, oh, this is funny.
yeah, it's funny. I don't really have negatives because the negatives are
Man.
just funny to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get the grade.
Remember, there's no name on this paper.
There's not. There's no name.
I got a name on my paper.
So you dropped it. A whole letter grade. Thank you very much. By ruining Jamie.
All right. What's
All
your
right.
grade?
My grade for this. I'm probably gonna give this one. It's not like the worst of the movies, but it's not the best either. I'm gonna give this one a 71.
All right. It's quite the drop from...
It is the drop from 85
Yeah.
from Halloween 2.
Yeah.
But it's nowhere near the same. It's just not as good.
All right. I'm going with an 82.
82, you're sticking with the B's. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that was a good one. I think we need to watch that together.
That would be pretty fun. Yeah.
All right. Find us on Facebook at Scare Talk Podcast. Find us on Twitter at Scare Talk Pod. Listen to us everywhere. Listen to us again.
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Tell your friends. Tell...
Everyone.
Yeah.
Strangers on the street.
Yeah. Just walk up to them and say, hey, listen to Scare Talk.
Yell out your car window. Scare talk.
And yeah, so this has been Halloween 5.
Sleep tight.
Don't let Tina's boyfriend Mike bite.